Good morning, dear students, and welcome back for your online English classes. In the previous class, we have completed grammar first chapter, that is sentence. Today, again we are going to start from the main book Learn Well, a new chapter, that is 3.1 My Dog Marcus. By hearing the title of the chapter and by seeing the picture, I think you all might have understood that we are going to study about a dog. And what is the name of that dog? Marcus. See over here. The dog's picture I am showing you. By seeing this picture, I think you can understand which breed of dog this is. It's Saint Bernard. Okay? So let's start. Here, the author is telling about his own dog. He will be telling you that how a Saint Bernard dog can be lazy, stupid, and how they can be loving. All these things we'll be learning in this chapter. So let's start. 3.1 My Dog Marcus. Do you have a pet dog? The author is asking that. Do you have a pet dog? What breed is it? What do you like most about it? So, for all these kinds of introductory questions, you can give me the answer through WhatsApp. That do you really have a pet dog? And what breed is your dog? And what do you like most about your dog? I too have a pet dog. The author is saying, I too have a pet dog. It is a Saint Bernard. We call it Marcus. So, Saint Bernard, a large, strong dog. Saint Bernard is a large, strong dog, originally from Switzerland, where it was trained to help find people who were lost in the snow. So, who is Saint Bernard? A large, strong dog, originally from Switzerland, where it was trained to help find people who were lost in the snow. I hope you understood what is the work of Saint Bernards. Okay, so we call it Marcus. It is a huge, handsome dog, but quite lazy and stupid. Anyone who has met Marcus will not believe that he recently had an idea. So here the author is telling about Saint Bernard, that he is having a pet dog named Saint Bernard, and they called it as Marcus, and it's a very huge, handsome dog, but the dog was quite lazy and stupid. And he is also telling over here that whoever met Marcus, they will not believe that what idea Marcus had recently. So let's read it. It was certainly the first idea he has ever had, and I can't imagine how he got it. The idea had something to do with making life easy for Saint Bernards. It is Marcus' belief that a day should consist of 16 hours of sleep, 6 hours of rest, and 2 hours of intensive eating. What a great idea, is it? So, what's the idea over here? What idea did Marcus made? The idea is that the idea is for all the Saint Bernard's breed dogs, that if they will follow this idea, then their life will be easy. And what is the idea? That a day should consist of 16 hours of sleep. How many hours are there in a day? 24 hours. Is it? So out of that 24 hours, a day should consist of 16 hours of sleep, 6 hours of rest. After sleeping, the dog wants to rest also. That too for 6 hours. And 2 hours of intensive eating. Intensive eating means continuous and in large quantity. Eating continuously and in a very large quantity. So how many hours the dog wants? 16 plus 6. How many? 22 and plus 2, 24 hours. So the whole day for 24 hours the dog wants only to sleep, then wants to take rest and then to eat. How life would be, you just think, if we human beings also will do the same. Many might be thinking, no, wow, it's a really great idea. We too also have to do the same. No work, no studies, nothing. Only sleeping, resting, eating. Sleeping, resting, eating. Like that, this dog, Marcus thought. And really it was a great idea for all the Saint Bernards. Let's see what happened next. However, Marcus is occasionally called on to work, if you could call it work. He is occasionally called to take a walk after breakfast as far as the nearest corner and back. A real dog would look forward to such a thing, trembling in joy. So what's given over here that Marcus was called occasionally for the work. And what was the work? Only after the breakfast, Marcus has to go to the nearest corner and then back. It was Marcus. That's why Marcus is calling this task as a work. But in place of Marcus, if any other dog would be there, then they would be very happy when they will see that, okay, now my master is telling me that you can after the breakfast you can go out, you can play. Then the dog will be very happy, oh wow, now I got the chance to go out for play. But here Marcus, he was lazy. So he thought that it's a very big work for him to go to the nearest corner and to come back. So here look forward to means think with pleasure about something that is going to happen. Next. But to Marcus, it was nothing less than slavery. His idea then was something like this. So what's given over here? That just to go to the nearest corner and to come back, this was a very heavy job for Marcus. And Marcus sees that, oh my God, this is just, these people are keeping me in slavery. He used to think like that. And what was his idea? Let's see. If I were deaf, now Marcus is saying that if I were deaf, I couldn't hear when they called me for my walk. And they wouldn't be able to move me because nothing can move me. So I will pretend to be deaf. So this clever Marcus, what he thought, that my master is giving me very, very heavy kind of work to go to the nearest corner after breakfast, to walk and come back. That's why now I am having an idea in my mind. And what is the idea? That if I will pretend that I am deaf, then nobody would gonna me say anything. If they will say also, I will pretend that I am deaf. And if they will come to move me, I am so heavy, so bulgy that they will not be able to move me an inch also. Like this Marcus thought in his mind. And after that what happened? See. One morning Marcus put his plan into action. My wife came to me, the author's wife, came to me with a disturbed look on her face. Poor Marcus has gone deaf, she exclaimed. Deaf? I cried. But he could hear perfectly well last night. I went into the kitchen and called him lovingly. Coming for a walk, Marcus? Marcus, like a perfect actor, gazed at me pathetically. It looked as though he was dying to hear what I was saying. After a good deal of shouting, we left him where he was. He rested his big head on its front paws and again went to sleep. We remained constantly worried about him. So, after Marcus' idea of being deaf to pretend that it was deaf, now the next morning, Marcus, he just put his plan into action, and what he did? He started pretending to be deaf. At that time, the author's wife, she came with a very disturbing face to the author and she told that poor Marcus has gone deaf. After hearing this, the author said, deaf? And he started crying. And the author said that, but he was able to listen perfectly the last night, he was able to hear. And then the author went to the kitchen and very lovingly he called Marcus and he said, coming for a walk, Marcus? He said, Marcus, are you coming for a walk? But Marcus was a perfect actor. He was a very perfect actor. He just gazed at the author pathetically. Gazed means looked steadily for a long time. And pathetically means arousing feelings of pity and sympathy. Arousing feeling of pity and sympathy. Okay? So here Marcus, like a perfect actor, he was just looking steadily for a long time and then he just showed his sympathy and he just made the feelings very pity so that the author should believe that yes, Marcus has gone deaf. And it was looking like he was dying to hear. Because it was Marcus' plan, no? That he wants to pretend to be deaf. So it was just a thing that it looked as though he was dying to hear what I was saying. Marcus was looking to the author's face like he was just dying to hear what the author was saying. Dying to hear means wanted very much. He was very eager. He wanted to hear the author's voice. And after a good deal of shouting, after a very good deal of shouting, what the author did? The author and his wife, they just left Marcus where he was. And Marcus also started resting with his big head on its front paws and again went to sleep because it was his plan. What was the plan? 16 hours of sleep, 6 hours of rest, 2 hours of intensive eating. And this author and his wife, they were continuously worried about Marcus. They were thinking that what happened to Marcus, to which doctor we should take Marcus. All these things were going on in their mind. It took us a few days to notice that Marcus was only partly deaf. He could hear anything connected with food. So, after a few days, the author and his wife, they came to know that Marcus was partly deaf. Partly means half deaf. Whenever the author and the wife of the author, they used to call Marcus for the walk or for any of the work, at that time Marcus used to be deaf. But anything they used to talk about connected with food, at that time Marcus was not at all deaf. Everything Marcus was able to hear. One Sunday, I was carving a joint when a tiny scrap of meat slipped from the fork and dropped on the carpet. Although Marcus was asleep in the kitchen some distance away, he hurtled into the dining room and gulped it down. So, what happened one Sunday? One Sunday, the author was cutting a large piece of cooked meat. Carving means cutting a large piece of cooked meat into smaller pieces for eating. So, he was just cutting the large pieces of meat into smaller pieces for eating. When a very small piece of that meat fall down from the fork, it dropped down, the small piece of meat from the fork, it dropped down on the carpet. Although Marcus was sleeping in the kitchen, he was asleep in the kitchen some distance away from the dining room. But then also Marcus heard that noise of dropping of the meat. He ran quickly and he just moved very fast in the direction where the author was sitting. And he just went there and swallowed quickly the piece of meat which dropped down on the carpet from where? From the author's fork. Okay? Hey, aren't you deaf? I said. Then the author said, Hey Marcus, you aren't deaf. Marcus' jaw and tail both dropped. He seemed to remember he was deaf. After hearing this, Marcus' jaw and tail both dropped. See the picture? Both dropped. And then he remembered, oh, I was deaf. I forgot that I was pretending to be deaf. Now my master will come to know that I am not deaf because I heard the very tiny voice, very tiny noise of the piece of the meat which dropped down on the carpet. So now Marcus was very worried that what my master will do. Not much later, he failed to hear 3 repeated commands to come out for a walk, but he leaped to his feet at the arrival of the butcher. Now we became pretty sure that he was only pretending to be deaf. In the end, my wife and I decided that Marcus had to be cured of his deafness. So, not much later, just after that thing that happened over there in the dining room, just after that, when the author again he called Marcus for going out for a walk, again Marcus was not able to hear anything. And just after few minutes or just after some time, when again the butcher came, who is a butcher? A person whose job is to cut up and sell meat. When the butcher came, again Marcus was ready. Again he was able to hear everything. By seeing all these things, the author and his wife, they came to know that Marcus was only pretending to be deaf. And they decided that they had to cure Marcus' deafness. So what cure they had taken, that we will be studying in the next class. Thank you, dear children.